Here we go, my friends. NAVI versus Karmine Corp. Angel versus my boy Sadak. Elimination game, dude. Do or die.
Oh, look at this. Towards mid, Martin aggressive in TP's behind. It's Sugetsu who gets the first. KC.
Yo, that's crazy.
Man in head. Still Martin though.
Interesting pistol, bro.
He has a way to
I love it.
here. There are still smokes blocking the path.
KC pick icebox. NAVI.
Oh, hero's completely caught.
What is this movement, Martin? Damn, bro.
And Rusick
I love it.
left all alone. And defender spawn. At least he'll be able to stop the
Man, that was a nice pistol.
domination from the Omen. But KC, 2 kills to the goods. Martin happy to overheat a little bit there. Closing on a milestone amount of kills. On the Omen, of
So
course,
far today, no bullet screens in my PC, man.
I
hope
with Sadak.
things are nice now, man.
Knife available again.
I actually disabled my XMP, man.
It's not going to spot Ruxick just yet.
I had overclocked there. That was working for a long time. Not sure if that was the issue.
Sadak might just swing this solo.
But I think things should be better now, man.
Time though, you've still got many more tools to work with here. Avez having those salvos and every single player ready to
Okay, KC, good pistol.
It's aggressive towards B. This is 5 of Navi's players here. That knife was just on the edge. KC have no idea. Navi are closing in. There's a pack of players. Martin's ready. So is Sadak. Oh, Koala coming round from the other side.
What's going on, man?
Out the other end of it with upgrades. And the
Oh my god, man.
Have to clamor
I think the last time KC play, they also lost runs like this, man.
The Guardian.
Yeah, they did, man. I was actually mad with Sugetsu.
Vandal in the hands of Ruxick Hero.
This time is not his fault.
For Navi. And Crossfire set up with the alarm bot for contact. Only bit of utility that you'd really depend upon here is that paranoia to re-engage.
Oh, who's in the same
sure for delay, but nobody will want to mess around with that on Navi. This will just be straight up gunfights. Finally, that smoke comes up. Yeah, I don't completely know about that one from Koala Noob, because it doesn't maybe allow Sugetsu to get in this gap of his own smoke. And there you go, hero isolated, paranoia no value. This could become problematic. Oh, it's getting out of hand.
Sugetsu 1v1.
And with one bullet,
he's low.
funneling bullets back
into
the
my god,
magazine,
fighting, bro, fighting.
Dodge with HP and time. He's also got that regen shield, so he'll have something to work with. Both players on similar amounts of HP. And also has that molly. Time's going to get really close here when he tries to attempt to plant. He's going to plant topside as well. No, he's not. It's just for the extra speed to get to getting right in there. Spike goes down. Ruxick, the reprisal from Rafters. Viper versus Viper.
Oh my god, bro.
Not,
I think he did.
Confident on this re-entry to site. Toxins go up and he starts to work on the defuse behind it.
Bro, that's greedy.
In. Does he have time? It's just a stick.
Yeah, that was greedy, man. But I respect the try.
Club, 4 kills, but you can't help but feel that Navi misplayed a huge
That's true, man. I didn't even thought about that. It's Sugetsu against NAVI, bro.
And an advantage.
Against Angel.
This back to yesterday, right? How many times did we see
legendary, bro,
themselves into a position and then allow BBL to just clutch it up, sociable?
You said one clutch.
No. I'm sure that's not the last we were going to hear from Zai. Exactly, right into the next round.
Martin going aggressive with the TPs again, man. Oh, we're gonna start playing, man. This is actually nice.
The lines. Look at KC, so quick to take the B site. They've identified where Martin is, and it's quick to collapse upon.
Bro, this is a big round, bro.
Gets 2.
Oof. Angel.
Yeah, one back at the very least. It's a 3-on-3, and Navi do have the slightly better weapons. That's discounting Sadak, but his position in kitchen could be killer, and the shots will land. That shout down. Advantage KC from this position. And looking at the defenders, they're split up and still worried about the captain. Sadak's doing so much here for KC, and now that those mollies, the utility, get so much more value here. Sugetsu just sidestepping his own smoke. Navi playing with borrowed time. Sugetsu looking to close. That's what he'll do. Transfer.
Man, Sugetsu is different today, bro. I tell you that.
Moving on from troubled waters.
That's nice, bro. That's my boy. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this day for a long time, bro.
Now they've destroyed KC's economy. This is really nice from Elite, by the way, to trade out through the orange position. And then Sadak buying so much more time.
Listen, that's to get right now.
Something he's been in those brackets.
Valorant has brought out the op. That's towards A. KC now mostly towards B. But you've also got to be looking at Martin going towards Snowman. That flash was perfect. Ruxic trying to escape here and manages to keep his alive. NAVI coming straight back into this one, but it's the players from mid that opens up the site for KC.
Oh, and others with one more. The extra
Yeah,
details.
lucky they are on fire today, man.
Xiao still ahead of this and can interrupt. That's exactly what he does, and as the pit drops, he gets back to cover.
Koala now in position in towards Snowman. That long line of sight, that's exactly where you want the operator, but it misses the first shot. KC have bought themselves a bit of space, but they've found Koala Noob at the same time. And now Elite has to try and find a safe space for this spike.
Another one of the differences in the comp is that plant security. KC usually have that affiliation with Harbor, but no Sage, no Gecko, nothing of the sort.
That's an interesting
They're forced
decision.
to try and take that extra space. I like the idea for them to go for the switch up again in this fast B play. But as it now falls
It's
down
smart
to
man
just
to
Elite,
be kind of in the middle
steady pair
because
of hands who
helps
steered
with
that
the rotation.
BBL ship for most of last year, now on KC, and it's moments like this where you want to see something big from the youngster.
Has safe space here to plant the spike as well. Alarm bot and nanos to work with. Has to find an isolated duel onto at least one of the NAVI players. Fast.
It's just the fact that he looks to toy with. Xiao does still have the wingman, and Koala does have a smoke, so Elite needs to be heads up with this.
Yeah, it's just straight up gunfights. Hasn't used any of the utility. First fight found. And Koala Noob.
Bro, low-key, if he valor his life there, he would win that, bro. The guy's smoking on the
Great
bottom.
way to break the ice.
Oh my
Navi
God.
needed that. KC still a bit timid here. Utility invested. Suppression on Ruxic. He'll be unperturbed by the situation, but walks into Danger, and Danger fires back. Sadak with one. Hero here out in the open. Down the long hallway
The
of
grind, man,
Gucci.
sometimes
It's a
can be
long
tough.
road back to the A site for Navi.
KC find themselves a little pocket of domain to work within, but remember, it was only Martin that was seeing it. Aves activates at the right time.
This is getting a little bit chaotic now, and with Aves
Let's be
being able to
Holeka.
pick that
We
one
love
up,
that.
control is restored. Order maintained as far as KC are concerned. Still Aves coming in late, has the salvos if need be. The wingman can try and make things a little more difficult for the attack to try and digest. It does
Aye,
get the spike
yo,
off.
Vaz, this is the
That's
guy
what
that I've been
Aves
talking
brings us
about,
back to
man.
reality. Angel dealt with. Last player sat in spawn. It's Xiao, and Aves has him caught.
Yo, that looked like Zeus,
Back to
bro.
winning ways.
Amazing.
That's number 5. This double layering of smokes, and sure, the first line of that defense will go down. The toxic screen removed. The question is, with the knife coming back up and all of this extra util in post, is how do KC want to try and play it? It looks like Martin wants to go on the offensive. 1,000 and counting as he adds yet another. Still those big ults for Navi to work with, though.
KC need to be careful with those coming back in. Lockdown most importantly, and you can see players ready to try and counteract this.
Oh, the 7-1 is coming, bro. Already.
Goes in,
First
got
map,
Fragment there
dude.
as well, and boom, lockdown evaporated. KC using the tools they had available.
They're gonna save. They know
Call
it.
it quits.
They're not even trying, bro.
Here to potentially take a gun away.
This is script for sure, man.
Spike plant going to be successful here, but Navi are coming straight in. They're going to be quick here.
They are immediately on the site. Xiao picking up his first. Angel right by his side.
Only Sugetsu left.
Looking like another
Can he do it, bro?
retake. That's unless Sugetsu can do something
Nah,
to
it was
stop
too
this
tough,
for
man.
Navi.
KC are walking straight into this.
Six spotted the first of those players, but he'll be without the poison cloud to try and face it. Angel goes solo. Sadak taking the duel against the in-game leader
was
on
nice,
the other
bro.
side and backtracking his footsteps. Xiao into the utility.
Yo, look at my
Martin,
team, man. Like Asuna.
Ariel, and able to get the pickup. Ruxic still hanging around here though.
Okay, okay.
From below the pipes in the maze, Sadak
That is a
rushing
good
in.
flash.
It
Well
just
played
feels
by KC, man.
Wherever Navi try and go, they're isolated, alone.
Hero is a clutch
now
player,
removed
but
from the
this one betrays
situation.
stuff.
Hero the next to give a roll of the dice, but you don't feel any better about his odds than what we've seen up until
Ooh,
this
the fire.
point. It starts well.
Bro, they moved to a sick.
Solo engagements.
It gets better. And Hero is going to find all three.
This is one of the best clutches I ever seen, Hero. It's my motherfucker. Sorry.
Red Bull clutch carries on the Navi streak and the comeback.
Man, that was a masterclass, bro. The movement was beautiful, bro. This is peak Valorant movement. I love it.
This is forgivable.
Perfection, bro. Perfection. Martin had no idea. The sound drop, man. Everything was amazing, bro. Man, this is props to Hero. Low-key, props to Hero. That was amazing, bro.
Incredibly frustrating for Zeish. Being super proactive on this defender's side, and already Hero's completely isolated under belt, but calling for backup. There's a brawl going down, and KC draw first blood.
See, it's a brawl. It's more like a beat. Flash is perfect though. The trade's in that.
Man, if NAVI wins this pistol, I believe.
Team trying to escape, but he's lucky to do. Just
not impossible, man. H4 here.
B, though, and KC
doable.
have a bit of a notification through Elite's alarm bot.
Complete information void on A right now. Navi moving
today we
up
saw
on
for a
long.
second, man, playing Sova here on this map.
Elite, his utility helping
And he did so good, man.
take the
That's
pace
crazy.
of the flow through mid as Sugetsu has bought a rotation, but the spike is soon to go down and the spam's not landing.
Molly to deny the wingman.
Nah, he's got it.
Yeah, just about.
No problem for the wee man.
Martin still has that paranoia though. That's the other thing to consider moving into this. And well, as for Navi, the utility is looking pretty barren. It's all about these gunfights, and Navi continue to win them through this round. Martin, though, still up and alive, and you know just how good he can be. More damage being dealt, although Sugetsu now having to clutch up
they're
another
so low, but
1
time.
versus 3, and both players are low. This is doable. Shao lucky to escape here. And
Well played, man. Well played by this show, dude. They were so low.
Navi winning every single pissed around yesterday. Look at Ruxic walking up tube.
Timing.
Close to the turret.
I mean, could call for a smoke to come and support him from Koala.
Still not spotted though. While he sits around in this position, KC will invest utility to try and clear. Hearing those steps.
Yeah. Okay, he heard that two players there are running towards A side.
This is one.
Yeah, but so yo, okay, he's so unaware, bro. Like, what? They didn't even consider that.
But that's massive from the Turkish control.
Yeah, that's big by Rexy. Doing the calling mid-round, getting the 2 kills.
The ball is in.
But I feel like KC
They're just going to
is...
slow the pace all the way down
Maybe,
for
bro,
KC
like, what?
to make an investment, try and trade out the space on the map. You can see Sadak is looking towards A. But as fate would have it, B is the site under threat, and there's only Elite here to deal with it.
That engagement isn't clean, but at least Kill has got something to work with. All 3 players though,
Good knife, Sadak,
all
good
on
knife.
their lonesome, and Ruxic once again coming in from mid.
Sitting in the snow pile, just looking to split this up. Martin moves him though.
3v3, dude.
Navi are the ones with their backs to the wall.
Flashes, have all the utility you could possibly want to come back into this one. Martin uses the ultimate to try and join up with his teammate, his leader Sadak, as he moves through B long. But Navi have moved forward.
Time is so low,
the
bro.
goalposts, and now KC have got a really tough problem here. Martin trying to use
round
a
is
smoke
over.
to
Martin should
get
save
on
this.
to spike.
Sadak has no money, bro.
So
The others can buy.
what's going on.
Just having the comfort of someone like Hero on this Killjoy or Cypher, of which he prefers to the Vice he was playing
Sugetsu needs to be careful here.
the early stage.
He's heard the gecko, but he doesn't know there's another.
He's solo. And Angel just knows it. I think he's seen that one too many times before. Martin does isolate the lurk, and with that, KC do go level in player numbers. There is a little bit more support on the B side of the map this time as well, though, and the plant is yet to go through.
Yeah, the delay coming through from Karmine Corp to get players into position to flood retake is absolutely massive. But remember, Sadak is only on a pistol.
And that ghost can't do enough to deny, but the rest of KC played in. Aves and Elite from up top, dropping in the stun. Koala gets his though and gets out. 3 on 3, but the playing field is skewed in favor of Navi. Martin up close, paranoia to the back of yellow. Positioning is so constricted, and that's where KC have a vice grip.
Oh.
Can Angel do any better
Oh, he got
for us
missiles.
in the clutch? The salvos are up, and the time is ticking on down. Even more onto Elite. 6 points of health.
Bro, he's so... Oh my god! Bro!
But it's
Look at
Martin again.
70
with time on his
HP,
side.
bro.
He can take Karmine Corp up to 10.
Double digits reached a big round.
How is this guy alive?
To win out. Navi, when you think that they've found themselves
Fight your play, I like that.
into the B site, away to get within touching distance of their opponents.
They're showing the guy's whipping too,
The
man.
other way.
That's bad.
And now you start to look at the economy, you start to look at how the rest of this looks. Now you need to be careful because if they
Good
lose
shots,
this,
good shots,
it could be
Martin.
a
With the one-way smoke set up, you've got Abez here for contact. KC are perfectly in place, and Navi feel like they're out of options. Shower saving grace, though.
That's massive. Brooksick just hanging on the edge. Koala, though, gets two of his own! Martin out of nowhere! Still Navi one
Oh,
ahead,
has more.
and
That's good, that's
Sugetsu
good.
nowhere near to bail
Yeah,
Martin
man,
out.
so far away.
He uses ultimate to escape, but wants to stick around.
30 seconds left.
Wants to look for his next duel, his next fight, and doesn't realise Brooksick was close.
He kinda asked to get spanned there, okay. In the same position was risky.
But it's Sugetsu again. And it's Angel on the other side.
Spike planted.
Molly at his feet. But supported by Ruxic now, and this one should not be winnable, but Sugetsu's already done a boatload of damage. Cross-held solo by Hero, drops back.
He's the miracle maker, he's the man you want to depend upon here. And with the Viper's pit down, that's the biggest obstacle that he needs to try and get by.
He's looking elsewhere. Thinking about that next player, it's Hero.
Empty, bro,
He's
empty.
the one that can shut it
Oh, that's
down.
nice.
Ultimate. Still look towards him head. I was going to say that's a big duel, but that's even bigger. Koala finding Sugetsu and an open up in A. Sadak at the same time is trying to find a timing here.
He just needs to hold on to this space
Go back, my
towards
friends.
screens. You've got so many strong ults to combine and cut back through. Absolutely no reason to overplay your hand, and he's done a brilliant job at just managing this space, which KC now backfill.
Yeah. Also, KC know about the late luck coming through kitchen from Ruxic. Oh, deals with Elite. This is now an even bigger problem from the French side.
Oh, it's Shao in the corner though. 2 kills picked up from him. Martin forced to just bail from the situation as Navi have found a way to tie this back up.
Frustration. Ultimates to be used. It's Navi who pulled the trigger first on it. Same entry that we saw from Martin in the last half. It's Koala to do it this time, but they've not accounted for Sadat. Navi, get the trades though. Still worried about Kitchen and a player potentially being deposited there. That was Hero, and he's gone.
But Sugetsu yet to make his move back site. This is huge, and the spike is still not down.
Chance to deny that. Molly doing well. I mean, at the same time, trying to stall out using the Thrash, but the Viper's Pit has bought a little space in which to work with. Even the lockdown will buy more. Angel trying to reposition towards Snowman, decides against it.
I think from this position, you can still sit outside the ult and spam if you're KC. It doesn't really commit too much space, and yeah, Angel is still sitting pretty here.
This is just defusing.
Hit now gone, but Martin's gonna stick it all the way through. Oh, that's such a frustrating way to lose the round, and Martin very nearly Navi will be. They've got utility to open this up, but that's very quickly removed with the ult.
Forfeiting the site to play from the outside. It's Elite that actually gets the kill, not Martin, as he tried to play aggressive. This null command is denying all the utility that Navi would want, and the rifle's denying the players that they would want. 2 to the good now. But Navi still trying to play slow, and as they do, they just get completely cut down. Spike goes cold, does the round. Hero has to clutch up here to even be within a chance, and with 10 seconds left, you would think it's going to be KC to reach 12 first. Towards that B side, it's topsy-turvy. No, they're going to use the Armageddon to clear that back space if you're Navi.
But there's such a small lane to actually play into, so that fragment's already done a lot.
Mark it down for Hero.
Retake.
Yeah, they're so ready. The utility straight back in, but that
back in,
lockdown
actually.
will buy a little bit of delay for the attack.
It's absolute chaos as utility goes traded. So quickly keeping tabs, Navi have little left for themselves. Angel Salvos is about as good as it gets. There's still flashes and stuns on KC's side to come back through.
Xiao finding himself another pocket in which to walk, and Navi supporting him in his endeavours.
I love overtimes. I love overtimes, bro.
It's up to the captain, the leader.
No chance for Sadak, man. No chance.
It will be overtime, and I think there's a nice little ribbon put on this by Navi.
No, only Rooks here, man. He cannot hold this shot.
Oh my god, the swing.
Got one, got one.
Shred of Vez. At the same time, though, Navi have cleared through mid.
Could be worse, man.
The turret
Double
just
pick
to
there.
Make sure no one else comes later.
He's luck to get one.
They can focus completely on this site.
Blind going in, but immediate suppression there to just stop this retake in its tracks. Tap of the plant from Sadak, waiting for the reply, and here it comes.
Martin's crazy.
KC, one player to the good, still Spike knocked
2v1. Oh, it's here again, man.
Winning out the deathmatch here, and the null command denies Hero his utility, so he has to depend upon his rifle, in which he has been hit.
Aye.
Continues to do so. A similar position in which from before KC.
Okay, he heard the two players, I think.
He's low.
Hero's heard the drop in as well, and Sadak, as you say, on death's door, needs Sugetsu to trade off of him.
That's one flash in which he could set his Viper up, but instead finds the timing.
No way.
1 versus 1, but that
I did flash. Was nice. Sadak, 4 kills, my boy.
Overtime.
Big round, Sadak, big round.
Navi needs to pip the
Vamos, caralho.
That's overtime.
The Sadak self-flash.
Jesus Christ, man.
As the skipper has sent them onto another map point.
What a run by the captain, man. This is how you lead a team.
KC doing enough to dissuade.
Do yourself, bro. Do yourself.
And Sadak really turning it on when needed, even getting the null command there to just...
It's okay. I carry you in overtime, guys. Papa's online.
Papa's online, papito, que pasa, muy bueno.
Execute to happen, and KC have read into this.
It's a completely rehearsed execution. The mosh pit landing backside, but Sugetsu following it up from close. Koala with a quick trade, but Sadak still alive. Looking to carry the rest of his team through OT, but it's
big kill, man.
that finds the next kill. And one by one, Navi drop. The spike is on the other side of the screen. Koala up top, but Aves knows it and nails the shot. Such a big
Yeah,
kill.
that's but Aves. Sorry, bro. Sorry.
Even get this spike back. It's really difficult, but that timing's insane.
Individual play from Ruxic, more coming up. A lead there.
Can he do it again? 1v2. Spiky hand.
Can he find a way to do it yet again? The 19-year-old.
Good trade, man. Good spacing. Playing together. This is how we do it. GG.
And in overtime, KC have Icebox.
They do have Icebox. It's their own pick as well. So the next one off split, we look towards Navi to bounce back. But open flank.
Spike planted. 5v5 retake, my friends. Here we go. Do or die for Navi, man. No other option.
The defensive half. They've traded places because it's ramp that's re-cleared.
As Hero in the pocket, Xiao. He found one, but that's all it's going to be. As KC now start to get things underway. On towards the A site you look. You've got to think about Elite deposited towards Heaven to just catch out a late lock, but Navi are stopping KC, and there's tracks!
That's a good start.
Find that pistol round! Happy to give this up.
Spam back through, but as soon as this wall drops, the timing is everything. Nearly caught with a prowler there. Sadak.
Ah, that was kind of weird,
Lead
man.
by his side. Sugetsu trying to creep up behind his former team.
Do they save it? No?
It's the wall
What
there,
did they do?
which I'm not quite sure if it got trapped or
Okay,
not. I didn't
I
quite
haven't even
catch
planted
that.
yet, so that's it.
Still up.
Yeah, he's not even gone for it.
I mean, has the TP if he really wanted to go by it,
Man,
but he's worried about players
he's
maybe
bringing the
coming
guy on
through
spawn.
vents.
But look
and
at,
repositions
bro.
towards shops.
What is
So
Hero
Hero's
doing,
job
man?
here is to just
Action,
clear
man.
out all
There
that
is
space
no
to make
way.
sure there isn't
He
an
baited
upcoming
that,
flank
bro.
that the rest of Navi
Oh
can come
my
up with some
god.
comfort.
What kind of discipline is
Take
that?
the
What kind of mind game is this one, bro?
Navi don't really have money to
Jesus
go hunting
Christ, this is
either
the
for
most
these
try-harder
last
thing
two
I've ever seen in my
remaining
life.
rifles on KC, and I think the defense
what a
will
raid
be
too.
happy to try and save them out and have something
And
to
the
work
round is
with in the
it's
next
over, bro.
round.
Now comes under threat. Aves on the off angle.
Seen the fast trigger discipline, works well, but it is only one, and it's Hero the Sentinel that's gone. Chance to maybe try and go for a flank here as Koala gains space in towards screens.
That first player gone, Navi have the man advantage, but they don't have the space. I mean, you do still have Angel coming late ramp with this open plant, but there's no tower player.
Yeah. Casey are quick onto the side to try and take the fight. Shao denies that. Hello, it's going a little bit topsy-turvy.
And just like that, Casey loses the round, man. Look at him and the legend. And check the stats, too. 5 NAVI, 1 KC, who needs to win this round, man.
Able to get this A site for pretty much free.
Nightfall and Cosmic Divide for NAVI.
Find a little spot in which he can try and keep himself alive. Koala catches a
Masterclass so far, man. Not much to say.
It's just Sadak looking like him from
Good trade.
elbow,
Good trade.
From the vent position.
Only a little left, on the flank.
NAVI just know all too
Only a
well.
miracle, man.
Planted.
Spike comes down.
Remember, next game is Team Vitality versus Foot. Also elimination game, dude.
Play.
That Viper pit is still
Can he do
up,
this?
so if NAVI
It has
lose
up.
control of the spike, could get a little bit worrying. You still have the Astra util up, 4 stars on show.
And all the extra utility, but Elite wants in. What a
Bro, you gotta click on the spike. You gotta click on the spike.
His pit dropped, still not spotted. Had the molly out, was thinking about it. Gravity well, the expected response, still no stun, still no challenge. NAVI should be looking to take this on one player at a time, just means that they can buy themselves the clock as much as possible. That's how you've got to manage the situation. NAVI doing a great job.
They've got the showstopper to use though.
Just feels like such a telegraphed play though, Cairo. So Casey, wait a moment before they pull the trigger and it will go off with a bang. Avis has 2.
It's another 7-1? No, right?
It's his 3rd.
No, right? Oh my god, bro. These guys are trolling me, actually.
Kills. And control of the spike back on the NAVI side.
Do well to get the even trade. Stangel now coming to support Ruxic in his endeavours.
Okay, the good thing is
nicely though. They've regrouped.
that looks
players.
like
They're now
we will have 3
starting
maps.
to walk back down mid.
We were ahead over time, so far things are going pretty well, man.
This information
For us fans.
know there is the possibility to commit to making this a double
For KC
flank.
fans,
For
I
NAVI,
think they are worried.
you're wondering how much extra real estate they're willing to take in this situation.
It's not only that though, there's plenty of time to play with if you're on the attack, and the timing here is absolutely insane.
Yeah, NAVI are taking a lot of it to get onto the site. They don't have enough to play around with.
They've not thought about this at all.
Absolutely.
They have
And
no
it's Elite
idea.
Sugetsu right behind as the spike looks to drop in. It's the player instead.
Oh.
Angel another up against Elite. First bit of damage.
Bro, I'm not
goes
fitting
his
it right
way.
now.
Still has utility.
Okay.
Captain to clutch it. And then around he goes to the corner. The spike plant.
Ah, okay. That was good. That was good.
Shots and putting KC back on the map.
I'm not going to
Of which he is
get
so
coffee now
capable.
because I think Hero might win this, bro. He already won
Will
an
he be up
incredible
to the
one
task
between.
here to confirm that
If he wasn't
advantage on
Hero,
this attack
I think
half?
I would go coffee now.
Would be a big round if he could
Don't
do
miss
it.
the beginning of the next round.
He's had highlight moments before. We think towards the GX game where it took him a long time to have his first death. To come up in a 1 versus 3 here, you've also got to consider Sadak.
Okay, they invested in Nightfall too.
So Hero loses a lot.
Showing respect, man. And he's looting too, bro. When I would too, bro.
The players send it their way. The reaction's unreal!
Man, never say that I don't believe in you, Hero. Never say that. No one can say that. I believe in you, kid. You has always been incredible.
That's absolutely disgusting from
This
Hero,
kid, man,
he
he's
knows
special,
it.
bro. He's special.
7th secured.
To use the X factor, and well, in this position, they certainly need it as they go to take these fights in mid.
Last time it was 2 kills for Martin and a TP out, but on a round such as this, you're happy to get away with the goods. Anything that can just snowball the late round into something a bit more winnable, and he's even going to invest the ultimate.
Gets a rifle back in his hands though because he's using that dimensional drift.
Yeah, and the pass is the one that he had over to Sugetsu. So with every passing second, this defense continues to get stronger. And that's the story of the B site. A 4th player pulled over, Elite on the approach as NAVI get ready to walk into this one like lambs to the slaughter.
Look at that little gap
30
as well.
seconds left.
Sugetsu would have information to try and shoot through, but Koala's beating the smoke. And the gunfights, they're going Casey's way.
Down B.
Quick trade, still numbers with the defense. Angel does get spotted, but look
Timing.
at Avis walking out, 15 seconds, still no plan.
Enemy
And the
remaining.
spike's down cold. How
Not
does
happening.
Angel get that back?
Unreal from Karmine Corp in this round.
Last round of the half, my friends. 3 for KC, 8 for NAVI. KC, you gotta win this round, my friends. Win the pistol, and then
9-3 half.
you might have a chance.
Trying to be the one, the difference maker, but instead it's a difference maker from NAVI.
Yeah, looks like we're going to ask him, bro. Lucky, not gonna lie to you.
Elite's already got a sheriff. That's all.
And I ain't happy with that, bro. I ain't happy with that.
After the ult, it makes no difference. Sui one back, still heaven control. Spike going in, and
Let me
look
answer
at
something
Angel. Not Angel, sorry. It was Sadak on the other side. I thought we had some kind of a flank coming in, but no. It's all bodies as far as NAVI are concerned on A. And a retake which just doesn't feel feasible.
No, both players disconnected as well. How do you even get back into this one?
Short answer is no. Long answer is no, you don't. Koala with his third on the round.
At the same time, KC have also got their eyes set on mid. They've got a vice wall to try and fight through. It's procced and that huge chance. That was a right click.
Man, my right click can never do things like this, man. Like, never.
But this is
Not even once.
stuff I'm talking about. Game by game, his vice looks to get better and better.
Angel. He's exploring an avenue in which you
Run away, bro. Run away.
want to be in, and he's being hunted down at the same time.
There's a double tether there, though, so has bought himself a little bit of space. Still no support. Angel.
Okay,
Good
confident play. Got
Still,
one.
NAVI are so slow to follow this up.
Yeah, and if they try and execute
KC
into
two players
what
are low
Angel
HP.
storms that
Really
are
low, I
alive,
mean.
as you've just heard, will deny them entry. 30 seconds.
This is gonna end pretty fast, man.
But, I mean, damned if you do, and if you don't, go back to middle. That's where Rooks
No,
is
they're
already
so
waiting
worried
on
about
this
that wall. They're
backside.
so worried.
But the
Oh
Aeon
my
can't hold up its end
god.
of the bargain.
Did
Sui's
someone make
found
the
two.
call that they
NAVI are on the
were
other
there?
side of the
Or
veil.
they
The
just
curtain
could be
pull up
there?
in their face. And the
Because that was the reason they
coming in
actually died, bro.
open, even without that extra control.
All three players ready to play off one another, but that's a big kill from Xiao. It brings it back even, and the last two remaining players on KC are low.
And out in the open, Martin felt like a sitting duck, but quickly he responds. Xiao, the healthiest of the players left in the server, looking for more, but it's
The round was so good for NAVI.
The reason for the rotation. A deep clear, but he walks to the open, and that's the advantage for the attack side.
Yeah, that could be the deadly blow on the round. 15 seconds, plenty of space to get that spike down. As for the two remaining, Koala and Ruxic, they have utility in which to work with. Most importantly, Koala's nade.
Smoke setup as well are going to completely estrange the main players. In fact, it's a little short of the mark. It's just to help cross into sight, and always the possibility of a player swinging back from outside it. NAVI are slow in their movement to the side.
But look at the crossfire, you can't really swing out into this.
Someone's going to have to soon, though. Surely not another full stick. Satchel coming in to push at least a player
no.
off, but the
Man,
spike's
NAVI
already
gotta
been
win this
halved.
round, bro.
That's where someone needs to step up. Someone on the
Bro, he's gonna
NAVI
get it,
side.
he's gonna get it,
has
he's
to be
gonna get it.
Ruxic. Second
Oh,
stop.
Sadak with a big clutch, bro. Big
Sadak
clutch.
delivers a bullet to
KC
his
can come
brain.
back here, bro.
That's
Now
a
I
save
believe.
For KC, and
The dimensional drift doesn't have as long as what it used to be, so the Nightfall comes in, and Heroes found a pocket. Trying to walk it, make it...
Sometimes it happens, even with the best.
Xiao does instead. Needs to win against Sugetsu and does, and puts
Clean, bro,
NAVI
clean.
one player to the good. Trying to use his own star to make a pocket where he can walk and does so. On for the ace, but it's Koala who's at...
What? Koala, no! Best helper missing the easiest shot ever!
For Elite to run to the other side
Bro,
of
Xiao is so low.
And in terms of what he has to work with, he still pocketed that poison cloud. One off the pit
Does he have
as
his fat
well.
low?
So many tools to just play around.
10
And
seconds
Xiao
left.
coming back into this, just a single star, and not much health to support it.
Welcome to my
Viper's
world.
pit, and I mean, it's not as if you'd have much health
Bro, they lost this round.
Swing out.
Ay, 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 NAVI, things are getting scary, my friends.
Of these two teams.
And as I said before, NAVI are just not getting these rounds on their own terms and conditions. I have to say, after KC finding that opener, it did feel like they rushed things and it was kind of messy towards the B side of the map. NAVI doing well to dissuade, but I mean, Elite winning another clutch for as many as NAVI built their empire on their own attack.
9-9, here are the stats for you, my friends. Shao 19 kills, 16 for Sugetsu. My boys, I mean, good games.
To try and brawl it out. Koala
Bro, that
holds on to
me
VME
shot
with
by
his
Koala,
operator.
bro, cost in that round and the following one because they went broke.
Come in play as well.
I forgot to turn my can.
Desk talking about it in
I
detail,
was-
how Navi's macro is built around this.
Having difficulty
Consistent factor.
to make an appointment
Against BBL
with my
yesterday.
dentist.
Felt like they had the right read a lot of
They wanted me to
times
go
when they were trying
today.
To scout it out.
I said I
Not
couldn't
able
because
to
I had
deal-
games to do. They
contain
say
that threat fully.
next month. I say no,
Looking
too
at
long, bro. I
rounds
need
being
this
invested in mid here.
urgency.
Angels just keep
Then I say, bro, okay. I go today. And then they say,
Still to make his introduction here
no,
as well, so
you're not
this has been
going, bro. You're not going
being
anymore.
out by Angel, and
It's
Roxy's
full
able
already.
to get two, but Casey, two back in the
think they're trolling me.
conversation. It's even after that engagement. They have the
But now
tower
it's all good,
control
but now
here
it's all
as well,
good.
which they have so
Private Ray.
frequently enjoyed. Shao, he's in a one and done angle. He can't really escape
Two
from there.
ults for Navi. Gotta
Easy.
win this round.
Have
No
closed
other
it off.
option, man.
Sadak looking to use his utility through this smoke, play around with the timing, shooting the haunt mid-air.
Don't
Shao,
miss,
but still
don't
finding
miss.
The kills. Koala has the ult if he needs it. It's just to get
Yeah,
that first
bro.
round on the board. You might as well pull the
Just my
trigger
time
now.
here, bro. Why not?
He's also buying time for Hero to get into position as well.
But Hero doesn't want to go too
come
quickly
close
because he's
to me,
worried
bro.
that Sadak might have repositioned.
I have a rocket.
Still 10 toes down on the B site. And as the showstopper goes off, he knows where Koala is. If he can find this kill, then maybe
this
there was a
shift big
chance.
when you know
But there
he
you
has
have
an
it.
ult,
Navi
bro.
clapping
What?
back eventually. Stinger in the hands of Martin. The rest have the guns they would like. Sadak the ult. 5 players through the
Cannot
map.
miss, bro. Cannot miss.
Outcome, Koala's op has been notified, and well, Shao found out as well. Rook 6 in! Oh,
These Turkish players, they are different, bro.
Drop onto the head of Karmine
What do they eat? What do they drink? I
Rook's
need
still
that.
able to survive, and he has support as well. Navi are looking to send this towards 12, and they'll get it!
I wanna see Asen, bro. Let's go, let's go.
Dimensional drift, which they've just brought up through the ult point.
Okay, my team. Did he saw the Astro there? I don't think he
I
did.
don't think Shao's been found out there, and he finds himself in the smoke, close to players. Angel found out. That main fight's gonna be a big one. Shao gets to Getsu.
Oh, and there's more to be had.
3v2.
Time is low, and it's all on Shao. If he can hold this side of the map, then maybe
Shao is
it's
on
enough for
fire.
him to
This is
come
the
in
Shao we
and
know
save
and
the day
love.
again, but already taking
He
on
doesn't
that
wanna lose to
responsibility.
Sugetsu, bro.
He finds
I
the
can tell you
first
that.
and freezes.
Waits for his teammate to come in and support. No utility on either. Shao's star won't come back up on time.
I don't think Casey fully realised where exactly Shao has got.
They won the kid, man. Hero.
Flash to just lay this back up.
You were champion, Sadak is alive
Dropping
too.
Not yet here, as he's finally spotted.
jinxed the
Hero
guy.
responds, and this might just be how the second map ends.
Yeah, wait.
It's all on Martin.
Martin's alive, bro. Martin's
Casey
alive.
And the decider.
Calm down, bro. Calm down. This is not ending now.
TP across, and the time on his side. Shao has to stick it half. Martin knows it. And
Calm, bro.
nails
Calm
the
down,
shot.
calm down.
A Red Bull
Let the man
clutch.
cook, bro. Let the man
10
cook.
taken. Casey's still alive.
I can't believe we managed to get into a position where it is
Red Bull.
winnable for Navi. Martin, again, we speak about X Factor. That's a
I think
player
Navi
you
can still buy
depend
next
upon
round.
when it's needed. And again, I highlighted it just before we went through this round. And Navi's bio didn't look great into the next round because of the money that they have, and that's exactly the case. Both teams are
No
stricken
cuts, no
for
cuts.
options
Let's
here.
go.
A big swing
Stinger
round,
for Sadak.
deciding if this map is done or we go over.
Angel Nightfall. 2 rounds
Biggest round
from
in this
OT.
series so far.
Shao again in this
Shao
position.
again
How many?
needs to keep his composure.
1-1.
One kill
Not
might
enough,
be
not enough.
Especially due to the fact there isn't players on site this time. Playing from tower, they'll keep the space at the very least, but
Well, his nades have been pretty good in past, though.
yeah, I think he needs an extra layer
This is
of
an epic
support
game, bro.
to find this kill. Instead, it just buys time. Navi have made that rotation happen.
Yeah, that Nightfall still up and available for Angel. This retake could be pretty good for Navi.
Alves Hearing footsteps in the halls above, the Nightfall not gonna catch him. Still not spotted. Sadak at a top draw. Here's
Okay,
Arvis
bro.
onto the
Yo,
next.
look at NAVI money. They should have saved this.
The rounds that they need.
They are
Absolute most
desperate, bro. 11 to 12. GG or OT.
Successive overtime in the elimination
Jesus
series.
Christ, bro. Jesus Christ.
Into the
Aves,
double stack
showstopper.
Utility set up. Aves has the ult, but at the best of times,
They never
he's gonna
checked
go
this
to
position.
land it. Shout from the corner, finally spotted.
Aves got the
Still
kill.
Taken down, and while Aves gets one in the meantime,
Got the trade as well.
Still walking
Good
away
trade,
with one.
Koala. Died.
It's his
3v2.
out.
Angel only a chef.
Still not down.
The reposition.
Viper speed for a lead.
Behind them. Oh my lord, he's only gonna get
Big
one
play,
man
kid.
out.
Big play.
The players trying to escape up ramp. They're not going to get a chance.
It's a 2-on-2.
This is the kind of play that win you tournament, that secure qualifications. That was legendary, bro. That was legendary.
11. And so with that, there is more to be played.
I thought we were heading to overtime, I'll be completely honest. KC swing a punch and completely miss, fall over their own feet. I feel as if that should have went.
Man, this composition from NAVI. They need the pistol, bro.
The draws first.
Sadak on Sova hitting Sassy now. What's happening? Where is the KO?
Collected. As KC have gone back to this default style, it's through mid that they'll look to try and funnel the players.
Bro, man, this is
Koala
tough for
again
Sadak.
delivers a bullet to the brain of Elite. This time he'll
How are you in
walk
different
away with
language?
two, but still
Play
the numbers
different
Navi.
agents?
Well, all that door's dropped. You've got to be looking at Ruxic, who now becomes the Joker. In fact, they're going to
functional
open
as
the door
well?
back up to let him back in. But both players are already out heaven.
Because I mean, there's a mesh set up, so Navi looking to try and take this fight. It's a TP back towards main for Koala.
A lot of fans are like, he chose this, bro. He could have stayed with us. He decided to leave now.
Ends up with both.
Your issue, bro. Fubai versus Fubai, man. I want to see my team with that out.
KC just
Soon.
given the time to react here. They want to be proactive instead. Martin into the fire
That didn't
and
work,
flames
bro. That
beyond
didn't
the
work,
smoke
or did
is
it?
their support.
No.
It comes in the form of
They
Alves,
got
but it's
destroyed,
just
man.
not
Such a
enough.
big round. Such a big round. And they got
Navi immediately
obliterated.
respond. Pull the pin, the play is made, but that redistribution of the defense is towards the B site where the spike is yet to cross. Sadak in play.
Sadak!
2 kills. Elite right behind it. The rest
Vamos,
of KC
manito.
there, reactive at the best of times, but the support, it's flowing
Big
through
round, my
when
friends.
needed. Koala was the
This
first player
will
in, and
break
looks like
NAVI
the last
economy
one out.
in KC, man. They need like 9 rounds here, bro. Okay, 9 rounds.
I mean, I'm not sure if I
It's
follow
good, it's
along.
good.
I mean, you hype a guy up, there was always a chance, but shenanigans aside, see if
They're walking into Aves here.
we can course correct on this.
Uh,
Eco, and well, Angels open it up.
no.
A first kill for him. And it's the
First kill?
A-site onslaught
Okay.
with Hero slipping in between the lines beyond
Bro,
the barrier
bro.
mesh. It's
No
another
way.
kill.
Bro,
This be
look at the
Navi
round.
Eco. Or does Martin
Look
have
at the
something to
round.
say?
They
He's
lost,
silent.
man.
That's the lead.
That was a good spam by Angie, by the way.
Find themselves in front on this attack
Oh
again.
man, this is tilting. Look, it is tilting.
Do you know what?
4 rounds for Navi here with this
That's
comp is
just
amazing, bro.
absolutely insane. The mismanagement of the round and the mistakes that we see. I mean, I know we were all
Yo.
seeing Sideshow crash out earlier, but he'll be crashing out with that one. I mean, what is happening there?
Cypher out the mechanics,
Particular
bro.
reason why? I think there's something about a
There
trap.
was a hole under your wall. I just went under it.
Wait, Lail.
Set take, set exit. They're waiting for the utility to come up, and the players send it in.
Yeah, and Aves is going to be caught behind this wall, so it's all on Sugetsu to stand his ground. Sadak
big
in
kill by
support.
Sadak.
Koala furthest
Silver
player
man.
forward. Revealed TP out, just about hanging on. KC fighting through into short, but they can't
Bro,
survive.
KC's in trouble, man. This is gonna break their economy, dude.
5 rounds expected.
Sadak, you gotta go for the miracle clutch, bro.
I mean,
And Angels
maybe
too
get
has
a
what-
bed
actually,
back
man,
up, but instead
it's better for you to
goes
save this
messages to
weapon.
beat, and they know exactly where the Sova is.
The cage has
You're
a
not
goal.
winning this, buddy.
They know now the info.
It's better for you to save. It was better for you to save. KC, they are in trouble. They are getting desperate, bro.
To the Grand Tour, Martin. Step into the show floor, first kill picked up. Flash through, oh, 2 would have been great. But with Ruxic removing him, it's straight to the boathouse he goes.
Love this, taking the space nice and early. KC though are very quick on the mark.
They expect the site player from the TP, but still can't deal with him. In front of the line, Sugetsu was looking for the spike.
Where are Navi going?
They're going to reroute this just because they don't want to deal with that one defender. Faking mid-pressure.
I think she
Sugetsu's
gets to
still
her
solo.
playing. Okay, he knows.
He's got a chance to deny the spike.
He's so far ahead of this.
Aye, that's my boy. That's my boy.
2 kills.
Insane, bro.
Ruxik, last
Insane.
player left, and
This
it's
is a
just
big
fallen
round, bro.
apart for Navi. At
Big
least step
round,
it
man.
in
Big
to
round.
just shear away another.
I thought they were going to run to B because only one player was found, but Navi's slow roll out, and Naves is only able to get one elite though, finding his chance. But he's already taken so much damage, it's easy for Koala to finish out. Martin getting one of his own. 2v2, tries to deny the spike, but it's not to be advised. It's Navi.
Not a solo player, bro. Not a solo player. For KC to bring back Sadak, that was expensive, bro. His salary must be incredible high.
Navi walking
I can only
up.
imagine this guy
And into
lying
trouble,
loud still,
into
bro.
the face of danger. Casey coming back in
And then they're in the raw.
and doing it. Wallace just looking for a target to send that deadlock ult in. Spotted in tower. Martin gets out. But I have to say, with all of this Sentinel util now in post, Casey have to go
Man, if
quickly.
NAVI
Need
loses
to be
this map
careful,
with
not
this,
only that, if they do
with
go
getting
quickly,
6 of
there's
Excited with this
ultimates to
comp.
deny, and well, first one in, still not got the Armageddon used.
7?
It might not
There is
be
no
needed
way.
at all. It
There
is
is no way
Navi
NAVI loses
loses
this
the
map
next
with
half.
7 on the attacking side with double Sentinel, bro. No
Seeing the
way.
value from the
Impossible.
utility. Spike makes its way through mid.
Yeah, I think all of this right now is to try and drag a player over, create some pressure, force Na'Vi to redistribute the forces, and there you have it. That's the response. KC get the reaction they were looking for,
timing.
sure, but still, Ruxik hangs around. Sheriff at his side, and Hero in support. From Dice backside, the smoke now drops. In the front, looking for the fight. It's Ruxik that has the first. Time is of the essence. There isn't enough of it. Hero still hanging around, and with that denial, it's a quad kill that keeps Na'Vi going in the second half of play.
I tell you, man, the kid is special.
Time and time again.
Jesus
coming up with
Christ,
the
bro.
clutch. And in this last, most pivotal
I love a
half
hero,
of the
man.
series,
Since his first
he
event
comes
Fnatic,
up
man,
and wins
I was so
the
impressed,
pistol
man. So
round.
impressed.
It might only just be one
There are
round,
things, man,
but
that you
it's a
cannot teach,
massive
man.
one to get
And
started.
this kid, he's a
Also
star,
comes
bro.
through the support
Always
of
has been a star
Ruxik as
player.
well.
Let's go!
Tunnel
He's
of
a hero, bro.
smokes to just path
Literally.
his way to the planter. Still A under threat, and the traps are here. Oh, Hero's been suppressed though.
It's massive. He managed to get a cage off, so hasn't been identified by the info dart.
Okay,
Gets
okay.
one of his own.
His star is dead.
To try and get some support, but Martin continues on his reign of terror.
And Ruxik's still hanging around in main. They had to clear him or plant the spike. Less than 10 seconds once this comes in.
This is going to be close, but didn't account for Elite. Did Angel 2v2 post plant, and Navi looked to come out the other side. The better Elite from short has to try and fight his way through. Doesn't even get a cam. It's just going to be a defuse, and what a way to finally convert a bonus round.
Yeah, my
Navi.
friends, like I said, there is no way they lose. This is impossible. This is over
Those
already, my
players
friends. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
standing tall, the
Man, if KC was on the defender side here, I would believe.
Navi on the offensive. Two players
But
to come in from short, but
on
there
the
is
attacking
support from
side.
middle.
Against this comp,
Well,
bro,
Anoop just facing by himself, and while
I don't see it happening, man.
Net's gonna come in there, the salvos, do they arrive in time? No, Martin dashes right out.
It's going to be a big
Okay, he knows, he knows.
Most importantly, towards the arch. Ruxik TP to the other side. The spam coming through, but they can't quite find him. He's taking his time.
Oh, he
and
goes for the fight.
can't quite find
Oh
the
my
value.
god.
The
guy's actually insane,
look
man.
at Ruxik. He wants to keep on going.
Bro, the guy's
one kill that
crazy.
He picks up. Navi still putting
This is
their foot
instinct
down.
plays, man.
50
I like
seconds
that.
or less.
Kind of things you're doing right.
KC need to make a move, and in terms of space taken and utility dealt with,
When
there
you're,
is
when
not
you're
much
feeling
at all.
you have the confidence, you gotta go,
This is
bro.
big.
Ava's just going to rip the ult. It's a hit and hope, so to B they go.
Yeah, but you say that, it takes all the Sentinel utility offline, and Hero's here by himself. He has no
30
support.
seconds left.
Still creeping closer to the site, taking their time. Hero to take that first fight onto Elite, and that
Util up.
really opens things up. Util back in. Hero
Big that he gets through. 1v2 Angel.
to Angel. This one feeling a lot more likely.
And has the
Planted.
grav net. One off his ulti.
stop the swing from at least one of those players, and it's Sugetsu dead in his tracks to the corner. He will remain peeking back.
Double pick. I like that. I like that.
I mean, at the same time, Koala brings out Dimensional Drift, looking to clear out and find out where players are, and well, they're going to head towards A, and this is where the utility is.
As I said, just raising that question mark in middle, but now you're heading into
Time is getting low, man. 22 seconds. Angel still has ult.
To try and get out
He's on B.
space in the back.
Look at my team, bro. He's on market.
Sugetsu follows it up cleanly. Koala still here, and he's found his first. The salvo's in. How much time is there? Spike plant has to happen, and it's dice where it'll go.
Bro, the head misclick there so bad. Okay, okay.
Still in towards mid. He could play.
It'd be dead now, bro.
Perhaps a win condition, but the retake, we look at the annihilation from Angel to be the big win con here.
How can NAVI flood out? Entrenched in the heavens, still waiting for this smoke to expire, but it's time instead. Those final grains dropping to the bottom of the hourglass, and that's where Martin starts to reveal his position, buys a little more time, because, well, I tell you what, KC are going to need it on their side. Hero starting to work on the defuse, and stepping in Martin maybe a moment too late. It's gone all the way through! Martin
Angel, aka Albert Einstein.
But it's up as far as
oh my god, this map's in series and elimination point, my friends.
Martin noted by the Cypher Cam.
Again, raising an issue for NAVI to deal with. As soon as they take mid, NAVI are dropping back that defensive line into Boathouse, but this time their support. The mesh is there, and so's the sensor. Martin still with blades. And an updraft, he fires himself.
Oh, he's down. Shall getting 2, 3v3.
Now in the feed.
Sadak is low.
Gets his 2. Can Angel find 2 more? He's got the first. It's a trade out 2-on-2.
Look at how low Sadak is. He at least has one info dart to try and know anybody. He'll get the information he needs, but how long is he going to be able to survive?
Makeup going through lane, flash behind it. Sadak just hiding underneath the rail right now as the lane walk up comes through from Koala. Elite, the healthy player. We have to depend upon him again. KC, the blue wall could crumble under the pressure of NAVI as they're putting it on. Elite has withstood at least that first
Turkish players, 1v1 on Ascent.
Where the rest of his team couldn't. To move on in their stead for KC stage 1 hopes and dreams.
That's nice, so that's nice.
Continue.
KC stays alive, money on NAVI is not great. Another chance for NAVI here, my friends. 22 kills for Hero, man.
They're from the UK. That's true. And in terms of how we carry on in EMEA, it's Koala that starts things off. Xiao,
oh my god, this is it.
Could this be the round for NAVI?
Or not?
Sui has responded. It's still a player advantage with the defense, and they have util to fall back on both sides.
That they do.
And even the setup here for NAVI, you look at it, it's Sentinel players on either side of the map, so even if Aves had gone far, straight in with their ultimate, they were prepared for it. A lot of thought put into this, but now KC are on a plan B.
Towards A. Look at the utility set up for Hero. Cypher Cam for contact. Sonic sensors round about him to create a support network, and he's calling to his team. I've seen
man,
on my
KC, only a miracle to save them, bro.
Where does KC go here? There's a gap in towards tree, and that's exactly where they find to opt to go.
The question is, are they overcooking this a little bit too much? Because, as I say, bunkers on both sides for NAVI. Less than 30 seconds in the plays through spawn. Ruxic watching over it, but soon as the drops, there's problems for KC.
Oh my god, but look, who is... Okay, go away, go. Good cow, good cow.
So chaotic, Cairo.
It is, and look at this, the Omen ultimate used to try and clear
bro, that was great cow, man.
Found by
okay, they got a time they can plan 2v2.
Opposite number, the Sonic sensor gives the game away, but look at the deposit in mid. Sugetsu could be massive here.
Hearing the steps, all on Sugetsu. Gets the
first. And he gets out.
Over his former captain. The wool is pulled over his eyes. Elite was just sweating when that sensor went off, hoping that the spike could go down. And now that KC have it,
bro, KC,
split deck complete.
They won this round, man.
One back from shore.
Look at NAVI money.
All of this heard by Elite. Koala straight into the
we got a game, man. Believe it or not, we got a game.
Continue.
Navi are gambling. They want to flood back in towards A.
Yeah, but this is the play that you
Oh,
make.
Martin
Already
solo.
Martin is low. Top gen is where he will dash to. And the knock.
Oh my god.
But Navi have players in position. They are knocking on that door. There's just a couple guns in play, but
And the
they're
round is
so
over.
quickly dealt with.
One round to overtime.
Should
Man, this is the round, bro. This is the round, the most important round in the year for everyone on the server.
Set play into
I'll lead to this moment, man.
Value, and Koala finds a little gap to work with.
Huge organizations.
Player traffic just yet.
Elite is
Shower
down
shut it
5v4
down.
the
The
Sadak
mid-lurk lost.
has had to
All
serve.
focus on B and Angel
Koala
wants
dimension
to
drift
receive
and up.
it. Right up against this wall. Sensor by his side. Drone comes in, it gets the info, and that's the reinforcement. Angel needing the duel, winning it. Navi in position. This rematch from the first game of kickoff.
Wait, oh, he dodged it.
Looking to go Navi's way. A second time of asking.
There's no way that we lose this, bro.
Backside, so much support. Casey are cornered.
Looks like they are.
Something
You can
crazy
barely
needs
get
to happen,
back
bro,
past that
for
mesh in
KC
main.
wins
The
this.
setup's over on A.
Something
Where do you
unbelievable, never
go?
seen before.
It's the question that Sadak is trying to answer right now as they wait. Let's see if Navi try and dry peek into the rifles, holding the angle. Remember, there's still 35 seconds to work with here.
One flash for
From
others.
Ruxic as well, just another
30
spanner in
seconds
the
left.
works, playing around his own smoke and looks to take this fight on the chin, closing in, Navi in position!
GG, my friends. Navi stays alive. KC is eliminated.
Will continue for them in the lower bracket.
Leave a like, subscribe, activate notifications.
Being
Today we got
sent
one
down
more
by
game from VCT
VBL.
EMEA. Team
Unfortunately
Vitality
enough for KC,
versus
the
Hood
wait will
Esports. Stay
continue
tuned.
to return to another global event.